Welcome to Backlog Breakdown, the show where we have a backlog of games and we break them down, one episode at a time, whether it's playing something for the first time or revisiting a classic. Today we're talking about episode 2 of Sly Cooper, the Thingus, Raccamagoocus, or Mugshot calls it. I'm joined again by my friends Aiden.
How's it going?
And Luis.
Hello.
And like I said, we're talking about the second part of Sly Cooper, where we go to Utah. And straight up, we got to talk about Utah because there's a casino theme with this episode, this chapter. And I looked it up. There's no casinos in Utah. They're illegal. It's illegal to gamble.
You're fact checking the game, Tony. I like
maybe it ties in with the criminal element of Mugshot here that he is a criminal and is illegally setting up a casino in like the middle of the Utah desert.
I like that.
But there's no. Why wouldn't he? Why? It was definitely like a decision. I'm going on a rant here right off the top. Definitely a decision by the story writers or something to be like, oh, it could be in Las Vegas. It could even be in Arizona, but no, or Nevada or anywhere. But no, we have to do Utah.
Specifically
so I'm
Utah.
like, why Utah?
Just as a...
Is it because it's illegal?
Maybe, yeah. You know what? I'll take that for the headcanon, you know?
Just something to think
about that.
Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the first thing up, we can talk about the intro cutscene. We get to learn more about our next foe, Mugshot.
Yeah. Little darker.
Little darker, yeah. He has
darker,
a dark backstory. He gets bullied, and then he has to do a bunch of curls and stuff till he's super strong and beats up all his bullies.
Yeah. And also the title of the episode, Sunset Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
If that's not like a band name out there,
true. Some indie band is doing that, and they played it.
It's just rolls right off the tongue.
I just wanted to mention one particular clip from that cutscene, which is when he gets really strong, and then at the end he's like, he has 2 guns. He gets machine guns, but he's just standing in his childhood bedroom where he worked out, and he's just shooting guns in his bedroom. I really like that shot. That made a lot of sense to me. Man. But yeah, any other thoughts about the intro cutscene? Pretty cool.
No, yeah, I already like the setup a little more than Raleigh. I think it's a little more simpler and has a little bit more of a story to it, whereas like the other one was like he's just a mad scientist, So.
True, and we didn't even get to much payoff with that too. Like there's in the last episode there was a lot of like levels with like machinery and stuff, but like Luis I think mentioned in the boss fights, there's like nothing going on as far as his genius. Like he's just a big frog that's trying to slam you.
We'll get to it, but
it seems like it'll pay off here a little bit more. It's a little bit more of a safer premise for the boss. He's
just more straightforward. It actually makes sense. I really enjoyed it, except for he did look much older as a kid, even. Like, I think there's one scene where he just looks older.
He's wearing a wife beater, so that just ages you by default.
I think that is on purpose for the humor, because that part was pretty funny.
Oh, similar to the last time. I guess we'll get this once we talk about the boss fight, but he also doesn't look like he should in the video. I guess the video and how he looks in the boss fight kind of...
but we'll get their sneak peek for you listeners. So after the cutscene, we're in our another little like intro level, not like an open world yet. We get to that in the same kind of pattern as the first episode, where we're just like in this introductionary scene where we're moving through the rocky canyon terrain with a little bit of water stuff, fighting new enemy types. We want to dig into the new enemy types.
I mean, just dog people.
I mean, what we get introduced to the actual just dog that's just on the chain.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to bring that up because that's some world building too. I can't ignore this stuff because it's like you got the dog thugs that are walking around on 2 legs. They got bats. They have guns. They're doing things. They're doing human things. And then you just have normal dog on chain.
My question was like, so is there a pet dogs as well as dog people?
It's always the question when you start doing these anthropomorphic cartoon type stuff.
I think my favorite are the ones in the suits.
They're throwing the cards?
No,
he's talking
about
ones with like the Tommy guns.
Yeah. We'll see those definitely in the later levels.
Yeah, it's like the first one I know is the dog. Then there was the one with the chain.
Yeah.
And
then there's the one throwing the cards.
Yeah. The Dalmatian, and
there's a little jump in difficulty with some of these. where I mean it's just jump over, but like
Right.
if your timing's off a little bit, like I've definitely got caught sleeping
For sure.
the chain dog and the cards.
The beginning intro ones I didn't think were too bad. Like the one in the first one, or in the previous area of Raleigh, the walrus that throws the shooting star, I thought was more difficult than these.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The shooting star seemed like, did it track you or like home?
Yeah, it does kind of track you a little bit.
Okay. Whereas the cars is just a fan.
Yeah, it's just a fan, but they like increase in size. It almost seems like a little. But no, yeah, I didn't think they were too bad. At least for all the enemies in the first mission or intro mission.
Gotcha,
But they do ramp up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get caught in the flashlight early, good luck dodging those bullets.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
They'll
That's
wreck
insane.
you. Yeah.
No, the intro mission was. I thought it was nice. It was again. I didn't go for any of the bottles. That the whole. I didn't.
So
I
you
still
sticking with that, huh? Sticking with
yeah,
that?
and
You
yeah.
still good? We're still getting bottles, Aiden?
I'm 100% in the bottles.
100%.
Did you get a good intro perk, I guess, or ability? I'm not sure how.
So
I don't
they
know if
give you based off the, I guess, the piece of the raccoonus that you get from beating Raleigh, they give you an ability right at the start, which is the perching, which it just seems like another circle button, context sensitive, as you're jumping, you see the little blue lights land on it, but it's cool. It's a cool little thing to be able to have more traversal options, even though it's kind of scripted or,
Yeah.
Right.
I will say with the bottles, again, I get to the very end and I've got like 2.
This one especially, because also it makes you go back. That's another thing I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Oh, it was a safe kind of at the
it's like
beginning.
at the 2/3 point, I'd say.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it just, the trend continues where I just,
Yeah.
I don't go through and get all of them and then I go back through and I'm like, geez.
Yeah, and you get that anxiety as you're getting to the end. It's like, okay, am I
Yeah,
gonna find them or
okay,
am I
there's
gonna
the
have to-
safe, if there's the end of the level, so.
So are you able to go fully back? Like if you get
in
to
this
the very
first
end?
level, yes. Which was
okay.
kind of annoying. Another thing I wanted to bring up was I was having trouble with the little swinging section. There's this part where you're going through this like little tunnel and there's swinging parts over water. And you have to like swing from the first one and do, I think, a double jump and catch the second one. And like I said last time, the double jump, I was having trouble with that. It was like I had to do like 2 or 3
Yeah,
times.
it's a jump extender.
Yeah, so it was try. And then you hit the backtrack, do the safe, and do it again. So then I had trouble again. So like that was a low point for me in that first area. But
Right off the bat, the music's doing it for me.
oh yeah, music.
I know I was like in the last one, I was like, it's not too
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, music slapping here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of good. There was, I think there was just one level that I was like, this is kind of but across the board, they're pretty good. One last thing. So Luis was asking about the new ability from the safe. That is the mine. Which did you try?
Oh, is that where he
Aiden?
drops his hat?
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you?
it's a quote unquote explosion.
Yeah.
I don't.
If I remember correctly, it's just a little pop.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it's
one of
the
those little
smoke.
little firecrackers you throw on the ground,
Yeah.
little snap things.
I
Yeah.
tried to use this on enemy and it did not work at all.
Yeah,
So I was like, I'm not using this.
I thought it might be later on, but I remember them being very useful.
Maybe it gets upgraded at some point because right now it
Yeah,
doesn't even
so I
look like
don't-
an explosion. It just looks like poof.
And it's such a long animation to
Yeah.
put it down as well. So like the trend continues for me at least of these abilities not really helping a whole lot.
Yeah.
But still a lot of game left, so we'll see.
All right. Anything else to talk about for this first section? Pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, no.
All right. Move on to. So this is the first open area, Mugshot's turf, where we got to see the huge city that Mugshot's hiding in, and
Hey,
Bentley's like, "How are we ever gonna find Mugshot?" And I was like, "Literally, you could just walk forward, and you're gonna find him." But it seemed about this. Maybe it kind of felt a little bit smaller than the
I
open
agree.
area in the
Yeah.
first level.
Yeah, it was definitely simplified, but I like the theme of it a lot
Yeah,
better.
theme is cool.
than
Yeah,
Raleigh. Yeah,
a lot more cohesive. I feel like.
I don't know if there was really as many puzzles as there were in the first one. In this sense, it was just more like acrobatics.
Yeah.
You
It's
gotta
like-
jump here. You gotta use your
Yeah,
new
I
ability.
did like that in the last one where it was like mini puzzles to get to the levels.
Yeah.
Now there's just like, okay, here's all the levels.
Right, just
Yeah.
A lot
jump.
more actiony, jumping around. You don't have to
Exactly.
worry about it.
Exactly.
We'll see if that changes.
What was the first level y'all did? Do y'all remember? I know what I started with. Well, what did I ended up? So I ended up first thing I think I ended up doing one of the mini games.
The one of the Murray, the one where he's running.
No, I didn't do Murray. Oh, yes, when he's running. Yeah.
Yes, that's the first one I did too. And like thinking about, okay, what's the wacky level going to be in here? And then the first level after the initial one is I do this, and it's just like, this is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, first off, I'm glad Murray's getting involved now.
Oh yeah, he shows up in a big time in this.
Yeah. I really struggled with the inverted.
Oh, the camera.
The camera. Yeah.
The turret.
It's funny that this is just directions, and I've got it better in the actual 3D part of the game.
Yeah.
But this, man, I had some problems. I definitely capped Murray a couple times.
Literally my second shot. I blew up the gate, then I shot Murray. Like, okay, I guess there's friendly fire. He's dead.
Yeah, there's also a section like maybe halfway through where it tests your patience.
Oh yeah, with the explosive barrels.
Well, he comes from behind them, and he's behind them for a portion, so you have to kind of wait a second. So that
I did
definitely
blow up a
there.
barrel, but he had a horseshoe, so he was fine.
Yeah,
No, I did blow up a barrel in his face once, and I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, the only way I lost that level was me killing Murray accidentally. I think I did it twice.
Okay.
But other than that, it wasn't too bad. It's actually pretty fun.
Other than the camera. Again, I really enjoy the mini games. Yeah, I think they're more suspenseful normally than natural levels.
Yeah, definitely. Just a little sniper escort.
Right, I think like it kind of zoomed in on the camera, like not being able to pan out as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that was good. Theme for this level was just kind of like sketchy part of town. Not much casino going on. You're just like in the freaking downtown of some fire. Looks like fire barrels. Everything's
toxic
on fire.
waste in their garage.
Toxic waste. So like not a good look for this city that Mugshot's own. And speaking of which, did we ever figure out? So they mentioned up front that it's like it looks abandoned. Like, oh, there's nobody people here except for Mugshot's minions. Mm-hmm. Do we actually ever figure out why?
I don't think it ever gets explained, but
I mean that's a good point though. I mean nobody's technically gambling,
right? Maybe it's kind of tying back into the illegal. It never took off because no one in Utah knows that there's a gambling spot.
There's a little more to that.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember if we ever find out. I don't think so. But anyways. But yeah, talking about this shooting scene, I like the animations for Murray as he's running around, and he's like as he goes up that elevator, he's waving at you. It's like it's like half a second, and he's back to running.
Yeah.
I just love all that. Yeah. But yeah, good level. Can't wait to talk about the next one. But the next level I did was I think the Boneyard Casino.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you and me are pretty much on point with the level.
I jumped to the second minigame afterwards.
Really? You went straight to that one?
Well, I guess I didn't know what I was going to, but I ended up in the second minigame.
But so we did Boneyard Casino. This is a pretty cool level.
Yep. This was when I played this one, I was like, okay, this is my favorite level.
Really?
So far in the game. When I got to it. Now there's another level later.
I think.
But this one, when I first played it, I was like, okay, that's just cool. Because it's got like a little mini game at the end. With the roulette wheel. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I tried.
This is the level where I guess it could be your level when you first get introduced to the shooters, or I guess are they in the hub?
There's one and there are two in the hub that you first. That's one of them I tried to kill with the hat and it just didn't work. So I was like, I'm not doing this.
I do agree with you though. If they spot you, you're not dodging.
Yeah. You got to be either right next to him to kill him like that, or. Yeah, you gotta.
They're getting you. Yeah.
Up front with this Boneyard Casino level, you're faced with the first stealth section, I guess, of this episode, where there's like three of them and they're like patrolling around the
in between the slot machines.
They got their lights, which it seems weird that they can only see where their lights are. Like you can literally walk right next to them, but as long as you're not in their lights.
Well, I think they'll hear you too, because I've tried to.
They'll hear you if you break stuff. I think.
Okay.
Actually, it might be. They could also be like if you're moving too fast.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, because I remember at some point, you have to go slow past them.
There's a part where you go over them, where you're like doing the circle button crawl past them on this ledge, and they seem to be like, "Oh, something's up," but they don't ever see you.
But this level was like, it made it actually start feeling like a heist.
Yeah.
The first one was like, okay, you're trying to get to this sky ship. But this one feels like, okay, I'm trying to infiltrate this dude's lair or
his
whatever.
Rundown casino.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of really like this, and like the little, like set the little roulette wheels and stuff.
So did y'all actually stealth through this, or did you?
I was gonna ask. No.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I mean, I would get
I
around
did,
them to
yeah.
kill them, but did anyone like just sneak and not? do any
I
fighting?
did.
Oh, you did.
Hey, I just
Okay.
I just again, like when I've been playing this, I've kind of not really, I guess, kind of speed run, but I'm just kind of going
Just
with
trying to
it.
get to the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
So that worked out. It didn't seem like it would be really tough to just do a full sneak through and not kill anybody. Was there a part where it like you had to kill somebody to get by them?
Not at the beginning. I think later on there was one like that was in the way of something I needed to get into, but no, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
But yeah, good variety with this level with the roulette tables and the lasers. You have to jump over in the water.
Yep.
Yeah, I did like the ending where it's like you gotta
Yeah.
time this jump.
Yeah.
And then it gets significantly a little harder to get the key.
And then add lasers.
Right.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good way to kind of break up
I
the
agree.
typical level.
Yeah,
So,
I did enjoy that too.
I tried to use the slow ability on that last roulette table for the key. It didn't help too much. But
yeah, because I mean, you're still
yeah, you're gonna land
you're
where
still
you're gonna
slowly
land. Like, you
landing,
can't
yeah.
control.
yeah, just another one of those. Like I was saying in the last episode, it was like post Matrix. You know, like ooh, you know, we gotta.
Just something cool to play around with.
But you get the
Yeah,
opposite.
the safe in this level gives you the fast ability.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like,
For the speed runs.
time trials.
Yeah,
Which
time
it
trials.
just,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't. I still haven't tried a time trial. but
okay.
I went back and tried the first one that you beat. Yeah, I couldn't get it. I tried it probably
without the fast.
Well, I don't have any of them. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. So I tried the first one. And I probably played it maybe 10 times. And I couldn't get it. I was always like 1 second away. And I was always 1 second away. I was like, God, yeah, I'm not doing this.
It's rough, man.
They are, they're really rough.
You really gotta do some strats. Like I remember I watched one of them and I was like, oh yeah, you've got to jump off and then immediately snap and then So they're hard.
I bet this is where the abilities come more in handy, like roll.
I'm gonna
speed run.
I didn't have a chance to do any this go round, but when I do go back, I want to try this
with the fast
with
ability.
the fast. I'm wondering if the timer also speeds up.
Because it speeds up the whole game, right?
Yeah,
So I was wondering.
So
too.
I might be getting too excited about it, but
I do actually like this ability just as far as like backtracking and like if you die, getting back to where you were. It
That's a
does,
good
like,
point.
Speed up the game a lot so you don't get frustrated as much.
that's a really good point. Like if I miss a couple bottles, I can just
Right.
double
fast
the
mode.
time. Yeah,
But yeah, I'll usually play the level like normal mode. I'm not really using this ability like in normal gameplay unless there's some weird gimmick that might call for it in the future. We'll see. But yeah, I'm mostly using it for like backtracking and stuff. But yeah, good level. Anything else to say about the casino, Boneyard Casino?
No.
Other than it's freaking run down and no one's there, so still more mysteries about what's going on here. He's just a bad mob boss, I guess.
Yeah.
He can't run a good ship.
I mean, and he obviously skips leg day. So.
Right. That's probably a thematic tie-in right there. All right. So then this is the next Murray wacky level we're going to talk about, which,
This mini game.
Who wants to go first on this?
This might be one of the worst driving handling controls I've ever used in a game. I mean, there's probably worse out there, but it was like you were being punished for drifting.
Yeah.
I was trying to like Mario Kart drift a little bit, and I was just like, I just go to a complete stop, and then I have to speed up again.
Spin out or
Drifting.
something.
It's like, how you drifting in this? Yeah, you just move and.
Well, yeah, you just go, you get it, and you cut the corner, but then like your car stops. So it's like, there's like no gas button. There's no.
I was gonna say, yeah. Okay.
It's just full steam ahead.
You get the little nitrous boost, but other characters can take them from you. So it's like getting them can be hard.
Yeah, this took me 4 or 5 tries.
Yeah, I think it took me at least 3, Luis.
Yeah, this is the only level I lost that, and it took me 3 tries.
Yeah,
Okay. We finally got him. Luis is a lost one.
Yeah, I finally went to the strategy of like getting like 3 or 4 nitrous bottles, and then just kind of.
Oh yeah, no, I had to
using them.
constantly get one,
stock
use
'em
it,
up.
constantly get one,
Really?
use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking about like the game design aspect from this because obviously they probably spent a lot of time on this, like getting the physics right on the car, so it looks really cool and bouncy, and the animations all look cool. But like they probably spent, it's like one of those things where like they thought too hard about whether or not they could, but they didn't think about whether or not they should. Like they could have just made a pretty like fun like arcadey racer kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they went with this off-road type thing where you're bouncing all the time, going all
I mean,
across
it's
the
not
road.
easy either. Like the computer races,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
they
It's
take
crazy.
off.
Yeah.
They can also break the nitrous bottles.
Yeah.
So like
right.
sometimes
That's
when I'm
how I
like,
mentioned
I'm
that.
out of nitrous bottles.
Yeah. I think the only way I won my last attempt was the guy in first place. I like hit him and spun him out. So then I was able to pass him.
That's the only way I won. Is I
Really?
purposely went out
You
to
had
hit
go
them out of
after
the
him.
way. Yeah.
I was too scared to do that too much because it would just mess me up trying to hit him.
Okay,
It's just so uncontrollable, like so swingy.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably. Do we think this is the worst level?
I
of
think
this
it's the
episode?
worst.
I
level.
believe so. Yeah. I mean, respect to the like
Yeah.
you said, the
I think
design team trying to mix it
Yeah.
up. But yeah, the execution. I don't know if it was quite there for me.
Yeah, it probably spent too much time in the oven. They probably spent too long on this level.
Maybe,
It'd be my
yeah.
This
guess.
was the interns, Tommy. Let's face
You
it.
think it's the intern level? We'll have to pick one level every episode. Which is the intern level?
One tiny thing about that level.
yeah, go
So
ahead.
in the introduction,
Yeah.
where it shows like the track or whatever, there's like a hot dog sign.
Oh, yeah.
There's somebody's face on that hot dog
Yeah.
sign. There's like it must be like a dev or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was a funny little.
It's that intern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the intern. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did notice that, and I don't know. I want to point that out because it was kind of funny.
I don't know if I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah.
On the actual
Well, now
hot
you
dog,
look-
like in the and I'm gonna
Yeah, there's like a hot dog sign. There's just
Yeah,
some
yeah.
dude's face on it. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to look for that. Nice.
Yeah. I forgot that I'd seen that, but then when you said that, I remember
Yeah.
that's funny.
I remember seeing the hot dog. I don't remember putting a lot of thought into looking. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Anything else for dog track?
I think we can.
All right.
Yeah, no.
So the next level that I did, or maybe not that I did, but the next level on my list is 2 to Tango. Probably my favorite level.
This is my favorite level.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aiden? No, saving it.
Not quite.
Not
Not
quite.
quite.
yet?
Great
Okay.
level.
Yeah.
Great level, but not quite.
Yeah, level where you are running from Carmelita Fox. He's trying to get you with her shock pistol. So I said taser last time. I was wrong. Luis was right.
She actually establishes it.
Yes.
Yeah, she does call it her. Yeah, she does
Shock
name it.
pistol.
Yeah.
So, I really like this. It kind of, for me, it kind of encapsulated the best things about so far that I like about the game, the platforming. But it puts you on your. It kind of puts pressure on you to do all that platforming well. Like normally when you're playing the game, you're just kind of like, oh, I'm having fun jumping around. But this is like, okay, it's on. If I don't do it right, it kind of makes it fun that there's the tension.
Yeah, and add on top of that, the bottles.
Yeah,
Trying to
get
find all the
too.
bottles while she's shooting you as well.
I can imagine that being unforgiving. And then for a big good majority of this, you're like having to jump between hanging platforms or use your
Yeah.
new spire jump.
And
then
stuff's like
she
breaking.
can break those
Yeah.
where it makes it where you can't go
Yeah.
back. Yeah. So
it was
I
like
thought
it was
that
the ultimate test of like, okay,
Yeah.
use everything we've given you.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So yeah, it was very engaging. I really liked this level.
No, yeah, it was my favorite. I will say this level, and I think the other one where there's also a lot of jumping and a lot of kind of using the spire. I had issues with the camera. Sometimes the camera would be at a weird angle. I think that's been the only time I was like, okay, this is a little annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another level that we'll talk about that
Yeah.
I also had more issues with the
Yeah,
camera.
that's what one time it's like presented itself as like, okay, yeah, this is kind of an issue. This
It's
is
like it's
a little annoying.
you can control the camera, but not really.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
the camera needs to be here for
Yeah.
this. So
It auto adjusts, but then you're kind of just like, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, good level. Upgrade that we get in this level from the safe is, I think, the upgrade to your binoculars. So I think we got one in the last level that like gives you a little like hot or cold detector. Like if you're close to looking at a item, this one actually marks items on your screen, I believe. So if it's like a breakable or a bottle, it'll show up as a different color, even though I'm colorblind and can't really tell. But still, it's pretty useful. I was using that a couple times on a later level.
I still have yet to use the binoculars.
Really?
So
I do remember them.
I think now I'll give them a try.
They're good. This upgrade was good on some of the bigger levels later in the second part of this episode, where there's like a lot of open space and a lot of like different verticality, and you're like, okay, where's this bottle at? Just a general idea. You can kind of point it. So that was nice. But yeah, I'm not using the binoculars too much other than that now that I got that ability. But yeah.
I will say the ending on this this goes back to, I think we discussed scaling in regards to when we first see her, she's humongous. On this one, it's still kind of shows up and then she just flies away on an air balloon or what?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Like the ending where you break the key and she's on mugshot, I guess.
Some kind of hot air balloon or something.
So
she
she just don it and starts
Just
floating
floats
away.
away. She's
But
gone
the
forever.
scaling on it is so weird.
I have to watch that back.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Definitely, I think they were scaling her up so that you could always see where she was, but it
Right.
kind of made it realism-wise not
Yeah.
line up with Sly's size. Speaking of Sly, have we talked about pants yet again? Because we have a correction to make.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I can't remember how I ended up on this, but the more I thought about it, we went, and I think Tommy, you mentioned that you started looking at his actual pictures and his animation. Last time we said he's wearing pants. This man's not wearing pants.
I don't think he's the case is open again.
It's pretty damning evidence.
Pretty
now
damning
Now that
evidence.
we've brought it all together.
Yeah, I looked at art. He's got the fur around the knees.
He's got his coat, and then he's got his gloves and boots and hat.
That's a no pants
And then
situation.
He's got that bandana around his leg.
True.
And you get less weight. Yeah, gotta move around.
But yeah. Anyways, we're now we're on team no pants. So if you have any qualms with that, let us know. All right. Anything else to say about the Carmelita level? My favorite level.
No, yeah, I really
Luis
enjoyed
and I's favorite level. All right. Next one, Back Alley Heist. This is the one where you have a lot of like verticality. You're jumping on a lot of those
Neon signs.
neon signs and the bouncy
The
awnings
mattresses.
or- yeah.
Oh, the
mattresses.
awnings.
Yeah, whatever the canvas awning thing.
Yeah.
they call
AC
that.
units.
AC units that break and stuff. Yeah, this is the part of the one with the most verticality, or at least the one you're going up and down the most a lot.
Yeah, this kind of went to a traditional 2D platformer for some sections.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. It was like the 3D,
Yeah.
2D where like, you're going straight and then the camera pans out to just a horizontal view and you're just kind of, I really liked that.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Dodging the lights, some enemies to fight.
I had to double back on this level
For the bottles?
3 or 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, for the AC units.
This one made me
Oh,
anxious.
yeah.
This one made me extra anxious because I was worried about that. It's like,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough to backtrack, but
Yeah.
I managed to avoid it.
And this is the one that I was talking about with the camera.
Yeah, this is
when
this
it
is the
forces you
one.
into the 2D and then coming out of the 3D, it can get a little squirrely.
Yeah.
Especially when you have to when it's transferring while you're trying to jump from one thing to the next. I think there was a part where that happened, and I was like, this feels wrong.
Yeah, but I did really enjoy it. I like the 2D mix up.
This and the next level, I think, are probably my favorite music, where it has like the saxophone, piano, and the bass.
Yeah, it's slapping.
Yeah, it's slapping.
This is where I was like, the music's jumped up
Yeah,
a
this
whole
is where it
level
gets
for
to
me.
the high point. Yeah, for sure. Upgrade or new ability here, decoy.
Here we go again. I mean, I guess I haven't played enough after this.
Yeah.
But it's, I'm not sure. I think it's in the same category as the mine.
Isn't it just a cardboard
It's
thing?
a cardboard cutout.
It just pops out?
Yeah, and then you just hit it again, and you just like breaks it.
Okay.
Or no, you actually hit it, and then it breaks away. I don't know if it has like a timer on it or anything, but yeah, it's just a little guy. So I guess maybe if you're in the cover and you can throw it out, and then
So
a
you're
guy comes
supposed to-
at it.
I remember using it to force the guys with using flashlights to see it, and they would respond, and then I could sneak past them or
gotcha.
kill them.
Yeah. I guess that's maybe a problem. Is like the game is not forcing you to use them, which is
Right,
fine.
right.
That's good. You want to make sure everybody can get through it, but I'm still at a point where I'm like, I still don't know why I would use it. But hopefully, there's still a lot of game left, like I said. So
I think remember going back to when I first played this, definitely I was like, oh, I got something new. Let me see what it does, and I actually would try and figure it out and explore it a little bit more.
yeah, maybe I need to do a little more of that.
Yeah, I had not tried this one out. I just kind of threw it out when I first got it, but I haven't tried it on an enemy or anything.
You can only have one item slotted, right? It's the same button.
Yeah, you use your triggers to swap
Yeah, okay, that's
what your triangle button does. So we got a lot of options now at this point. but
Yeah, this is only level 2,
Yeah.
so
It's going to be crazy. Hopefully they start upgrading existing ones.
Yeah,
similar to
yeah,
how
they
we
do
got
improve them
with
at some point. Yeah.
One thing, speaking of it'd be cool. I know this game, maybe in the second game, we'll see if we ever play it or whatever. But it'd be cool if there were challenges in the level saying oh, in this level, try to sneak through without alerting any guards or not attacking anybody, and then you'd be forced to use these decoys more or something. But what would the reward be? There's not really the systems in this game, like the upgrades. There's not really RPG elements to really reward challenges like that. So I don't know. But it'd be cool if there's something to kind of pressure you into exploring more of those options.
I agree.
But anyways, anything left to say about Alley Heist? Back Alley Heist.
No.
All right. Moving on to I think this is the last level before the boss fight. Straight to the top.
Yeah, this is my
your favorite?
Yeah.
It would have been close, but then I had to backtrack at one point.
Yeah.
We'll talk about, but
this one had a lot of openness to it.
Yeah.
It did. I
liked
like the idea of, okay, we have to actually break into something to get this key.
Yeah, there was a
again,
thematic.
The heist, again, this really, again, forced it.
Yeah. It was cool. Getting all the bottles was my trouble here because I think there's one part where you're on the billboard and you like get to the end and it falls over. So you get to the rooftop and then there's a safe there. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm missing one bottle. So then I get my binoculars out and it's back on the other side that I just crossed. So I had to literally do the whole level over again. It would have been nice if there's some way to get back over.
Yeah, this it just felt so open.
Yeah.
And then you're going across the neon and stuff like that. And I don't know, I liked it. And then you get to the top and you get on the wrecking ball.
On the crane.
The key's like there at the beginning of the level.
Right.
Yeah, I really dug that.
A lot of cool climbing for this one on the signs, like you said.
Yeah, and this is, in fact, the best music I've encountered.
Yeah. This is the same music, I think, on the last one when I was rewatching this. So,
yeah.
Very cool.
Very good.
Are we ready to talk about the boss fight? Mugshot.
Yeah.
What a Billy was in this level.
Oh.
You said you went back. You actually went back to get the last bottle.
Oh, it was the water immunity.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so I bet that's pretty good.
Which is the first one that's not an actual like button.
Right, it's just the perk that your character now has. Yeah. So you can fall in water and not lose I
haven't tried because this is the last level I did before the boss fight, and there was no water on the boss fight, so I haven't tried it yet.
But it's specifically just water.
That's what it says. I haven't tried it either.
Water. So I don't know if it's probably just gonna do the same animation as if you had fallen in, but it's gonna.
But you don't lose any.
Just bounce you out.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
That sounds crazy
right,
strong.
That kind of breaks the. I would say that's.
But watch it. There be no more water levels.
No,
it's just for speed running.
Well, anyway,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Mugshot.
Yeah.
The boss. Ready to talk about him?
Quick shout out to the voice actor.
Oh yeah.
I did not. I was gonna look it up, but I did not. I forgot. But yeah, quick shout out to him. He's probably my favorite voice acting in the game so far.
He's doing a good job hamming it up.
Lot of quips from Sly in this one. I like the interaction between them. He's like a raccoon with a stick, and he's like use it to knock your block off or whatever.
Yeah. So, my dad uses to knock your block off.
Yeah.
And I guess this goes into when we're talking about his introduction scene. He is tiny legs, humongous body,
huge arms.
And he just walks in his arms.
I think it's great.
I think it's great too, but I wish the animation or the video kind of also did that.
Yeah. Another case of what is this boss fight? Like
I actually struggled with this one. It took me 3 tries to get this.
I just it was like it just doesn't make sense.
The mirrors have nuts,
crystal glass,
all this casino theme up until now, and now all of a sudden mirrors and thematically doesn't make sense. Logically doesn't make sense. Why is mirrors the one thing that's gonna stop this guy?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, my gun stopped working.
It's like, oh, you fried my guns.
So and I mean the first phase, I literally just ran in a circle.
The first phase, I agree. The first phase is really too. Well, I don't know because I think
2's a little more complicated. Second phase is a little more complicated because it's it's not a circle. Obviously.
It feels a little more tight, right? Because of the shape, and you can actually fall off. And then I think he rushes you even more in the second one, or at least it felt that way to me.
And you can dodge the bullets too. Even if you get out of place, you can jump up if you time it right.
I figured out a cheese for this. The roll ability. If you roll, you don't get hit by bullets at all. So I was just every time he shot, rolling. You'll see me in the video rolling.
Wow,
it worked.
Interesting.
Now, once you get to the third phase of the fight, things change.
It's just it just slows it down. I didn't like that. It
Terrible.
just slows it down.
Yeah, it's a terrible third phase.
But I will say this is where I died the most.
Same.
Really?
I died twice. I kept trying to speed it up.
Yeah.
Because I kept
I
trying
didn't
to
realize
jump.
you have to wait on him.
Right. I kept trying to force it.
I don't think he shot me. The only time he shot at me was when I was already behind a mirror.
Right, which doesn't do anything besides if you've already
He just
flipped
changes the mirrors back.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize like he's basically on a timer, so he's shooting every so second. So
I
he
didn't
caught
think-
me in between. Like if he shoots and you're jumping in between, he's getting you every time.
Oh, so it's a timing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a timing thing. I thought it was also kind of like a random.
Yeah,
or,
so I was
you
getting
know.
frustrated. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to dodge his bullets while I'm jumping in between the perch points?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well,
just
then
have to wait.
I just got a little lucky then.
Yeah.
Just got right on the rhythm and.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you just wait, he shoots and then you go, and then the next one,
Yeah.
wait till he shoots again. Yeah.
Right. It's
But me and Luis being impatient people.
Yeah, it seems like it was like a mechanic they knew like before they even got the production phase that they wanted to use,
Yeah.
and then they just kind of shoehorned it in here. I don't know.
I feel like this would have worked better for Raleigh because then you could be like, oh, we're frying the frog or something.
Yeah.
Like some kind of
Yeah,
theme
exactly.
there.
I enjoyed Brawley more than this one for sure.
True, it was a lot more gimmicky. I don't know.
I like this one more than Raleigh, but it didn't make sense.
Yeah, that's
It didn't make sense, but
Yeah,
I did.
I
like
think
it
that's
more.
might be why I'm on the other one.
No,
Yeah. But who do we think is more tough, this one or Raleigh?
My vote would go for a mugshot.
I think Raleigh, honestly.
I'm not sure myself. I'm not sure. I think it took me more tries on Mugshot just because of that last phase annoyance. But
No, yeah, I like it. It completely changed the game. You know, the field completely changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
think the
more dynamic.
mechanics I liked Raleigh better. I think the character I like Mugshot better.
true.
So
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
So outro cinematic for this one. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a whole lot from what he talked about.
yeah, Tennessee Kid, kind of like a
We
DB
do-
Cooper.
Yeah, we get
kinda.
we get the next sheet of who we're doing. Tennessee Kid Cooper and his abilities grinding on rails.
So
Can't be a gun or something.
Sounds like a classic
Yeah.
platformer.
Is this Western guy going to the skate park? Like, what's? How did he get good at grinding on rails?
Yeah, I don't.
You'll see for the next world, but that turns out very useful.
Okay. Yeah, but just thematic wise, like, why is
Right,
the Western
right.
guy doing rail stuff in the
Yeah.
desert?
You had to rob them trains, Tommy.
That'd be the only. I guess that
That
is
is
it.
the
That's it.
you had
The
to
train.
rob them trains.
You
You had to
got
learn how to
tracks.
go fast on rails.
Yeah,
That
we don't
made-
need to look any further
That's-
into this.
You know
I
what? You
think
solved it
that's
for me.
Yeah.
And now it's perfect again.
And then again, Carmelita shows up and arrests the guy, and
Yeah.
there's a newspaper article saying something else about a hot fox.
Yeah, something
capturing
like that.
Yeah,
Then you screw off back to Europe. And you're like, all right, you know.
Right, they're like again. That always was like they stay around and it shows them trying to rob somebody, or they're just
Yeah, I think it's like Interpol. I think
Oh.
that's why they're going back. I guess base operations is in Europe.
their hub is in Paris.
Okay. Well, yeah.
They was like we're going to head back to Paris.
We're going. So I missed it. So the next level is back in Paris.
No. The Sly Cooper's hub, where their base is in Paris. That's where they are.
The gang.
That's the gang.
next area is Haiti.
All right, Haiti, definitely.
Miss what was it Roz?
Oh yeah, the
forget it.
crocodile lady. I remember now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It's gonna be some kind of voodoo level.
She's fun. I really like this level.
Okay.
The only other thing I want to talk about was what do y'all think about the second hub for this before the boss fight? So you do the
You're
first
in
level.
You're inside.
Right, you do the
lobby.
first little hub, and then you unlock the car, and the car backs up,
Then you go
and then you go
inside.
inside the actual casino, and then there you have to unlock the help desk
Yeah.
thing to get
Yeah.
the lever.
There's
that
a
was
little
weird.
more puzzliness to it.
To get to the levels.
Yeah, a little more. Not as much as the first level,
Yeah.
but but more than the area before the casino.
Yeah.
Did y'all remember the enemy? I guess this might be where we see the new enemies. This is like a tough dog. He's just like in a white shirt and stripe. He's like a bulldog. He doesn't have anything really weird mechanic.
The bowling ball guy?
No, he
That's
doesn't.
the jail-
He
he's got
doesn't
a-
have any really weird mechanic apart from that. He's just like a bigger guy.
I I don't
I
remember.
might have just gotten around them.
Right. Yeah. No, that's just gonna say they just seem to be there. Like they're just bigger dogs. They don't really do much.
I don't know. I just killed everybody I saw. I didn't think about it too long.
No, yeah, I thought they
Genocide run.
Yeah, they didn't do much. They're just there. I was like, okay, they maybe they're supposed to be intimidating, but they weren't that bad.
Yeah, I guess that says a lot that I don't even know what you're talking
Same.
about.
And when I went into the level, so it triggers a cutscene if you walk up to his face, right?
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I just went and started doing the levels, and then I started walking to his face, and I was like, oh. Then it triggered the cutscene. I was like, all right, you have to go get the keys to hit this lever.
There's something behind the giant head.
You're getting a lot better. You're getting a lot better at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know why you have to go wide with the mouth to get it right.
But yeah, so far, a step up from the first level.
You have to, if you do any of the time trials, you have to let us know because they're rough. I don't think
like I said, I didn't have time this time, but I'm gonna go back through and see what I can do. I know it's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah,
So.
they're rough. You haven't tried any, right, Tommy?
No.
Okay.
Maybe at some point. Maybe like our end episode when we're done. Maybe we'll talk. We can I'll try some. Or
Since
something.
you haven't played this, you've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Liking it. Love Utah. Love Wells Triangle. I'm loving all the locales. The theme for the second one definitely came through a lot better. I loved all the casino tables, roulette tables, slot machines. That was fun to all interact with and stuff. So yeah. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Episode 3 of Sly Cooper. See ya.